Hey guys, this is Kat and I have an exciting news for you because today we are going to make a soft, airy and delicious oven baked and fried purple yam donuts that is filled with yema fillings that is so creamy and really melts into your mouth. So you need the following ingredients: 2 1/4 cups of flour, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of instant dry yeast, 1 teaspoon salt, 150 ml of milk, 90 ml of water, 1 egg, and last but not the least, 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter at room temperature. Just simply combine all the dry and wet ingredients except for the butter. Guys, if you have a stand mixer, you can actually use it. But for me, this time I just wanted to mix and knead everything using my hands because I wanted to show everyone that everything is possible. Even though you don't have that expensive stand mixer or an oven, you can still make delicious donuts. This dough is really sticky and it's not easy, but don't attempt to add a lot of flour, guys, since we want to achieve a soft dough. After mixing, then slowly add your butter into the dough and continue kneading it. Transfer to a lightly floured surface and knead until it becomes elastic and slightly tacky. This dough is really sticky. It's not easy, but you can use a scraper to help you get that sticky dough. When you're done, form into a tight ball, then place it into a bowl greased with vegetable oil, cover and place it in a warm spot about an hour. Fast forward, so guys, after 1 hour, the dough doubles in size and you see how beautiful it is. This is what every baker wants. This dough is so pretty and so amazing. Now this time, you have to sprinkle your table generously with flour, and this is one of the most exciting part. I just wanted to punch the dough down and you see how beautiful it is. It's so soft in the hands and the smell of the yeast is so amazing. I can feel the softness of the dough, the elasticity. It's so perfect. And put it on the table. This dough is really sticky, guys, and it's not that easy, so that is the reason why we need to put a lot of flour on the table. Don't forget to sprinkle a little bit of flour on top of the dough and also your rolling pin so that it will be easier for you to flatten the dough. Once it's flattened, you can now cut your dough using a cutter. Since I don't have one, I just use this one instead. Just be creative, guys. You can use anything as long as you can form a circle. Then after cutting, I place each dough into a parchment paper. And give you a much simpler technique. You can just actually form a ball instead. It will give you the same result. Then have to cover them again and let it rise for 30 minutes. While we are waiting for dough, we can now make my version of UBE YEMA fillings. You need 3 1/2 cups of milk, 1 can of condensed milk, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 teaspoon of salt, 4 whole eggs, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and 1 tablespoon of UBE flavoring, or you can have purple yam instead. In a saucepan over medium heat, pour your condensed milk, whole milk, eggs, cornstarch, UBE flavoring, and salt, and stir the mixture constantly until it becomes thick and spreadable. Turn off the heat and finally add the butter. Set aside and cover it with plastic wrap. After 30 minutes, ta-da! The dough doubles in size and look how pretty they are. This makes me happy, guys, because you know that you've waited for so long for this dough to rise, and seeing them grow makes you feel much more excited for the next step. Now it's time to fry them. So you have to heat oil at 175 degrees Celsius because that's the best temperature for frying donuts. Cook them on both sides till they become golden brown in color. Guys, I have some tips for you. If the dough is really sticky and difficult to remove from the parchment paper, just simply fry them together so as not to deflate the dough. You can just remove the paper later. and turn the donuts over as they rise to the surface. On the other hand, if you want to bake the donuts, just simply preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius and bake them for 10 to 15 minutes. So guys, here's the result when you fry the donuts. It gives you a golden brown color, while baked donuts gives you a lighter color. For fried donuts, after frying them, it's time to roll them in a granulated sugar or powdered sugar. On the other hand, for baked donuts, you have to grease it with melted butter so that the sugar will stick into it. Finally guys, it's time to put the yema fillings inside our donuts. So in a piping bag with this piping tip, I simply place the yema inside, but if you don't have one, you can use an empty bottle of ketchup or any bottle with a pointed tip on it. So I poke a hole using a straw, or you can use a knife, chopstick, or stick. It's time to fill the donuts with the cream and only remove it when you feel a resistance. So finally guys, here is the result of our donuts. It's so soft, airy, and really delicious. The UBE YEMA filling is so creamy, it's not so sweet, and really melts into your mouth. Well, if you want to ask me which type of donut will I choose, I would say fried donuts over baked donuts because I love the smell, the softness of fried donuts, and it gives the donuts their distinctive crispy texture. But on the other hand, baked donuts are also good and much more healthier. But we're done. That is all for today guys, and I hope you will give this purple yam donuts a try. This is Kat and happy baking everyone!